120. Welcome, everyone, to Jimmy John's Field. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here on this cool Sunday afternoon baseball game between the Eastside Diamond Hoppers and Utica Unicorns. And, Dan, these two teams met on Thursday in a game that ended up short because of rain.
Yeah, and you know what? That score at the time when it was called, it was 7-4 ball game. Unicorns were leading the game. But, you know, these two teams going at it, I mean, we're battling for first place, that is.
Yeah, they're in the same division, and they're not only battling for first place, but battling for first in the league.
Yeah.
Because they're the best two teams in, and we see that every single time they face each other. Like you mentioned, Dan, in that rain-shortened game, it was 7-4.
But the game before?
17-15.
Yeah.
That was a record-breaking most combined runs ever in USPBL history. And then the game before that was a 10-9 walk-off in the bottom of the ninth. And so the last two games the Unicorns have won, so it looks like it's going to be the Eastside Diamond Hoppers' turn to turn things around here and get the win, but we'll see how it goes. And today is Power Rangers night at the ball game.
We waited for this day, didn't we?
Yeah, we have. We got a Red Ranger and a Yellow Ranger here. And it is just a really cool day today.
Yeah, it
About
is.
70 degrees, partly, well, mostly cloudy now. But it's supposed to be gorgeous like this all game long, and it's honestly just
Definitely a day that you want to bring a light jacket to the ballpark.
a little bit, but I mean, it's just wonderful for baseball. Just It's not too hot. It's a wonderful, wonderful temperature. And on the mound today for the Hoppers is Devin Alexander, and on the mound for the Unicorns, Dan, is newcomer Randy Dobnik.
Yeah, Randy Dobnik, we haven't seen him yet, but I heard really good stuff about him. He's from Elderson Broadus University. He has 6 wins, 4 losses, has 62 strikeouts, 61 hits he has given up, 30 runs and 19 earned runs, but his ERA is 2.69.
Yeah, so coming out of college, just high expectations of him because of how well he performed there with a 2.69 ERA. That's a lot to live up to there coming into this league, and let's see what he can do here today.
And he's from South Park, Pennsylvania.
South Park, Pennsylvania. All right, not the South Park I was expecting you to say. He, coming into the league, and especially when these two teams just tend to have slugfests, it's going to be interesting to see if he can come in, maybe slow things down, and really go at his own pace. It's usually been the offense that controls the pace here, but see if he can make it go at his own pace. Devin Alexander on the mound for the Hoppers. He's 2-0 this season. He's got a 3.44 ERA in 18 innings pitched with 16 hits, 10 walks, and 16 strikeouts. 1.42 whip, so he's done pretty good. He's been a very good starter for the Hoppers, and he looks to go out here again, and maybe today, for the first time in like 3 weeks, we won't have a slugfest.
Yeah, I mean, that was a long game, and definitely it didn't help when we had to get up early the next day for an afternoon ball game.
Yeah, definitely didn't help. So, in other news, Ricky Castro has a chance to tie the record for consecutive games hitting streak, and he's at 13 if he can make it on safely today. So if he gets a base hit today, he'll tie the record set last year. So let's
see him break it.
I think we could see him break it next week if he can get on today. He's definitely one of the players I would expect to do that. Last time these two teams met, it was just, like we said, it was a rain-shortened game, but Colin Thacker hit his first home run with the USPBL. That came in the top of the 5th inning, and that put his team on top before the rain delay began. It was a 2-run home run. He was 3 for 3 to that point, just a triple shy of the cycle. Too bad he didn't get to complete that game. Would have been interesting to see if he could get that. He had a infield single, a 2 RBI double, and a 2-run home run. So he had 4 RBIs on the day, really helping his team get on top. But unfortunately, because of the rain, that game stopped just short of 5.5 innings.
Yeah, and you know, also to watch out for this Utica Unicorns lineup is Brett Belkin. He has been on a hitting streak right now.
Yeah, he's got like a 420 batting average, something ridiculously high like that. He's leading the league in hitting by a long shot, and every single game he plays, he seems to get on base at least.
I'm telling you, Brian, it's the stash.
It's got mystic powers. I don't know. John Mankin for the Hoppers is another player you want to watch out for. He had a 2-run home run last time these two teams played. He hits a lot of home runs. He's got a lot of pop in that bat. John Mankin's a player you want to watch out for.
We didn't pick our player of the game yet, did we?
We did not. We will do that after we come back. Meanwhile, the Hoppers and the Unicorns lineups are about to start, so we'll be back shortly after we go through these.
The visiting team, the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, managed by Aldo G. The starting lineups for today's game. baseman number 5, AC Chenoweth. Batting 7 from Nutley, New Jersey, the center fielder number 24, John Pratt. Batting 8 from Tallahassee, Florida, the catcher number 4, Kyle Figueroa. Batting 9 from Chicago, Illinois, the second baseman number 20, Jeremy Scott. And the starting pitcher tonight for the Eastside Diamond Numbers from Concord, California, number 6, Devin Alexander. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are there any Utica Unicorn fans in the house tonight? Well, let's bring out your home team, the Utica Unicorns, managed by Jim Essian. And joining the Unicorns on the field today are today's baseball buddies, the Detroit Diamond Jacks from the 10 and under division. Leading off and batting first from Carlsbad, California, the shortstop, number 15, Brett Vulcan with Brian Camigo. Batting second from Bay Shore, New York, the first baseman, number 4, Chris Cruz with Nathan Harden. Batting third from Wilmington, North Carolina, the left fielder, number 8, Colin Thacker with Kellen Condon. Batting fourth from Fraser, Michigan, the catcher, number 19, Taylor Gillikowski with Landon St. Ange. Batting fifth from Dallas, Texas, the right fielder, number 10, Brandon Raw with Landon Dupuis. Batting sixth from Brownstown, Michigan, the designated hitter, number 24, Nico Lolio with Jack Turey. Batting seventh from Phoenix, Arizona, the third baseman, number 9, Luke Doyle with Tyler Palmer. Batting eighth from Denville, New Jersey, the second baseman, number 20, Mike Rampone with Justin Wallace.
Hey, Steve, will you go to the street and see if you can hear
Batting
you?
ninth from Clinton Township, Michigan, the center fielder, number 2, Spencer Ibarra with Mason Sand.
Oh, I hear it.
The starting pitcher today for the Utica Unicorns from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 11, Randy Dobnik with Garrett Crane's Line and Rocco Rayola. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the area by home plate where presenting the colors today are the City of Warren Police Honor Guard. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats. Veterans and active military may keep your caps on while rendering the hand salute as we honor America and our military with the singing of our national anthem, performed today by Jessica Peddle.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
Welcome back, everyone, and we are just a few moments away from first pitch here, I think.
Yeah, we are.
Everyone is still standing. That's a little confusing.
Waiting for the color guard, Brian.
Ah, okay. And Dan, why don't you go through the starting lineup for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers as we wait for first pitch to happen here?
I would love to. Leading off and playing short, you have Ricky Castro. Batting second, and then left you have Chris Power. Batting third, and in right field you have John Macon. Batting fourth, and at first you have Esteban Gomez. Batting fifth, and at DH you have Mark Kruger. Batting sixth, and playing third you have Casey Chenoweth. Batting seventh, and in center you have John Kraft. Batting eighth, and doing the catching behind the plate is Kyle Figueroa. And batting ninth, and playing second is Jeremy Scott. Defensively for the Unicorns, out in left you have Colin Thacker. Out in center you have Spencer Ibarra. Out in right you have Brandon Raw. At third you have Luke Doyle. At short you have Brett Belkin. At second you have Mike Rampone. At first you have Chris Cruz. Doing the catching behind the plate is Taylor Gradakowski. And pitching for the Unicorns is Randy Domnick.
Dan, you mentioned that Galikowski is going to be catching today for the Unicorns.
This is the second time we've seen him.
Yeah,
behind the
Dan,
plate.
that is the second time we've seen Galikowski catch for the Unicorns. And he used to play outfield almost every single time, and then lately they've been sticking him at first base and at catcher a lot. Last time he was catcher was in that big blowout game, 17-15, and Galikowski.
He was just a triple shy of the cycle, right?
Yeah, he went 4 for 3. He had 2 home runs, a base hit, and a double in that ball game. So, catching, maybe it's the catcher role that really suits him.
There you go.
So we'll see in today's ball game if maybe he can repeat some of that offensive prowess and get a couple more runs in.
And Taylor Gradakowski, he did have catching experience in his college days as well. So. Not the first time. I'm
also a little bit curious about how Dobnik's going to pitch for the Unicorns today because of the fact that he's new. The rest of the hitters haven't seen him yet, and usually when a new pitcher joins the league because they don't know his stuff, they tend to, at least for the first time around the batting order, not do so well against him because they don't know what to expect. Once they get some film on him, it might change. But meanwhile, Ricky Castro stepping in for the Hoppers as we wait for the first pitch of the ball game and the first pitch from Randy Dobnik in his USPBL career. First pitch from him is going to be a ball high, 1-0. Pitch comes at 1:34 p.m.
Out there, he's wearing the number 11 playing in college at Anderson Baldus. He was 0.
00 to be exact, and not many players you see wear that as his second pitch misses, 2-0. He had a dominant 2.68 ERA while he was there, so it's going to be interesting to see how he converts coming over here. That one's going to be in there for a strike at 2-1 now. He's got a 91-mile-an-hour fastball there, so he's got velocity too.
Castro's hitting 364, has 24 hits and 3 RBIs.
That's going to be a ball 3-1 now as it misses outside. Last time these two teams met, back on the rain-shortened day, Castro went 0 for 2. As that one is hit into the stands. 3-2 now. Count's going to run full.
Yeah, the fans on Thursday it's got to be upsetting when these two teams are going at it, and then all of a sudden, here comes the rain and just postpones it.
That one's going to be grounded over to the second baseman, Rampone. He'll bobble it. And Castro will get on successfully because of that. Castro, with all that speed, you can't afford to bobble it when he's running down the base paths because he's going to get there. He's going to make you make a mistake. So that's going to be an E4, and Castro's on safely because of an error today. So it's going to be 1 on and no out for Chris Power.
Yeah, Dominic's got to be keeping a close eye on Castro.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly here he's used to having a runner try and steal because I can pretty much guarantee you Castro's going to try.
Yes, he will.
The first pitch to Power, swung on and missed there on an 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's a big cut from
yeah,
him.
Trying to drive that one deep. 0-1.
Power's hitting .232, has 3 home runs and 11 RBIs, along with 16 hits.
Comes the 0-1 pitch. The ball outside. 1-1 now. Yeah, Power's got some pop in his bat. He's got, I guess you could say, a little bit of power. Sorry, I can't resist saying that one when he's at the plate. It's kind of hard not to.
Yep. If you weren't going to say it, I was going to say it.
And unfortunately, his average is only .232, which is a little bit lower than you're going to want it to be, but he can really drive them deep. Comes the 1-1. It's going to be a ball outside. 2-1 now.
Great crowd on hand here at Jimmy John's Field on a Sunday, beautiful Sunday afternoon.
2-1's going to be in there for a strike, so count's going to fall even at 2 apiece. And yeah, Dan, on the Saturday and Sunday games, we tend to get a full house just because of the weekend, especially on these Sunday afternoons when it's an early game like this, especially on a beautiful day like today. You're going to see a packed ballpark here coming up shortly, as a throw down at first is not going to be in time. Castro's going to get back in safely.
Friday nights are definitely a favorite night because of the fireworks that we have after the ball games. And also we were treated to one last night.
I was going to say, yeah, the fireworks started about 10:15 last night in the bottom of the 9th inning, much to the chagrin of the Beavers, as they were trailing by 2 in the bottom of the 9th. That ball is being fouled off. It will stay 2-2.
Yeah, Gerard Hernandez was out the bat when they were shot off. Kind of scared him, and he was kind of upset about it going off as well.
But that wasn't us. That was the city of Utica celebrating the 200th year anniversary of the city. So.
And there was a great view from where we were at.
Yeah, it was really close to here, actually. Looked like it came on the football field back there. So that one's going to be hit up the middle. Great diving stop by Balkin. Gets 1, gets 2, turns the double play.
Wow.
Fantastic play from him.
Not just offensively, he does it defensively as well.
So now there's going to be 2 down with no man on after Chris Power turns the double play. And on the mound, Randy Dobnik, Dan, has a quick slide step from and gets the ball quickly to the plate, really cuts down on the run time.
Yeah. And you know, some pitchers like to work like that. They want to work fast.
That may have been why Ricky Castro wasn't trying to steal, as he saw that and realized that he had much less time to run. John Mankin will step in now. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, some pitchers just like to keep the momentum going instead of taking their time. They just want to go right away.
Mankin, Dan, last time these two teams met, had a 2-run home run. And that one's going to be swung on and missed, make it 0-2 now.
So what about Macon?
Hit that 2-run home run last time these two teams met and went 2 for 1 in that game. Of course, the rain-shortened game, so he had 2 at-bats. But he showed a little bit of power in that bat. He's batting .358 on the season. Absolutely phenomenal so far. That one's a ball, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. That one's going to be driven right to Balkin on a line. And that'll be it for the Hoppers after a half an inning of play. It's 0-0 as we go to the bottom half of the first, and the Unicorns have Brett Balkin due up. Following him be Chris Cruz and Colin Thacker. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here in this beautiful Sunday afternoon game between the Hoppers and the Unicorns. It's currently 0-0 as we go to the bottom half of the first. Then, Dan, why don't you go through the starting lineup for the Utica Unicorns?
I would love to. Leading off, and at short you have Brett Belkin. Batting second, and at first you have Chris Cruz. Batting third, and out in left you have Colin Thacker. Batting fourth, doing the catching behind the plate is Tara Gradakowski. Batting fifth, and in right you have Brandon Raw. Batting sixth, and at DH you have Nico Lalio. Batting seventh, and at third you have Luke Doyle. Batting eighth, and at second you have Mike Rampone. And batting ninth, and in center you have Spencer Ibarra. Defensively for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, out in left you have Chris Power. At center you have John Kraft. In right you have John Mencken. At third you have Casey Chenoweth. At short you have Ricky Castro. At second, you have Jeremy Scott. At first, you have Esteban Gomez. Doing the catcher behind the plate is Kyle Figueroa. And on the mound, Devin Alexander.
And Devin Alexander, so far this year, has got a 3.44 ERA. He's done a pretty good job, and let's hope he can keep that going here. His team was not able to score any runs in the top half of the inning after Ricky Castro reached on an error. So we'll see if he can go back and do a 1-2-3 inning just like Randy Dobnik went.
Yeah, great start for him after making his appearance here in USPBL.
Yeah, Ricky Castro reached on an error when Rampone bobbled it over there at second base, but then Chris Power hit into a double play. Brett Balkin got the assist and a putout on that, and then John Mencken lined out right to Balkin at short, so Balkin got a lot of action.
Yes, he did.
He assisted in at least, or had a hand in every single one of the outs in that inning. So now Brett Balkin will stand in. He's batting .420, leading the league in average. He's been absolutely phenomenal this season. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1.
Him and DeAndre Clark from the Beavers are both battling it out.
Yeah, DeAndre Clark is second in the league, and I mean, don't take anything away from John Mencken.
No.
John Mencken's got a 368, I think, average. As that one's a ball, 1-1. So we got a couple of real sluggers in this league.
Yes, we do.
One pitch is gonna be way inside. The strange thing, it's not strange, but the thing about Balkin though is he's got that high average, Dan, but no home runs, only 2 RBIs. He hits leadoff, so
Yes.
in general he's gonna have a little bit less RBIs because he's the leadoff man. He's the first man on base usually. As that one's gonna be outside, 3-1.
And usually a leadoff hitter, you don't see him go deep that much at all either.
Yeah, so he's just a phenomenal contact hitter. He gets lots of base hits, occasionally the occasional extra base hit, but doesn't hit the ball deep that often. He'll just get on base as he shows bunt there, pulls it back for a strike, 3-2.
Kind of remind me of that movie Major League when Willie Mays got yelled at for hitting homers in that second movie because he's a leadoff hitter.
I can't imagine. I don't know if in real life you'd ever yell at somebody for hitting homers.
I
And
know,
if they're
I
hitting
know,
a lot of
right?
home runs, you wouldn't put them in leadoff. As that one's fouled right into the netting, and one of our interns walking across didn't even flinch. That counts full 3-2.
I know the first couple games here I was flinching when they always came back to the backstop.
I'm kind of used to it now, though.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch swung on and missed. Balkin frustrated as he chased the pitch high out of the zone. He goes down on strikes. Devin Alexander's got his first strikeout of the ball game. Didn't take him long.
And Devin Alexander has a unique style of pitching as well. Like Dominic. How he pitches fast, but you have Devin Alexander with that sidestep in his release.
Yeah, it's a little bit unique. So now Chris Cruz will step in. Chris Cruz had 3 at-bats in that shortened game the other night. That pitch is high, 1-0. Chris Cruz walked twice, was technically 0 for 1. 1-0 pitch is going to be inside, 2-0 now. It's going to be in there for a strike, 2-1.
The Riverwalk Festival is wrapping up today, ain't it?
I believe so. I think it's just this weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pitch high. 3-1 now. So take in the scenery while you can, Dan.
Yeah, it's great. Especially the past 2 nights, 3 nights, that is.
Well, I think it's also helped the traffic over here. Swing and a miss there. Chris Cruz falls to 3-2. Because if all these people who don't, there's probably people who didn't know this place existed, but with the fair right there, I mean, it's really just a great publicity for us.
Yes.
As that one's popped way high in the air. Devin Alexander's going to get underneath it down to the third base line and make the catch. And that'll be 2 out now in the bottom half of the first inning. So now Colin Thacker will step in. And back on Thursday, Dan, hit his first home run.
Yeah, I mean, impressive. You know, we've seen a couple guys make their debuts, and we're impressed, like Taro Gatkowski when he made his debut. There's many more. But Colin Thacker, yeah, he had 3 RBIs that game as well.
First pitch to him is a ball, 1-0. Yeah, he had an infield single in the first, and the second inning had a 2 RBI double, and then he had a 2-run home run in the fifth, really doing the damage for the Unicorns in that ball game, as it's 2-0 against him now.
If this game would have maybe continued on, he would have kept hitting on. Who knows? It could have been our spark plug player of the game here.
2-0 pitch is going to be fouled in the netting. 2-1 now. Here comes the 2-1. He's going to drive that one over to the shortstop, Castro. Castro's going to make a quick throw down to first, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Delvin Alexander and the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. So after 1 inning, we have a 0-0 tie, and we go to the top of the second where Esteban Gomez is set to lead it off. Following him will be the DH, Mark Kruger, and the third baseman, Casey Chenoweth. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the second inning. Esteban Gomez set to lead it off in the 0-0 tie. No hits for either team. That one's a strike. 0-1 now, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It's the outside edge.
Gomez hitting .288, has 2 homers, 18 RBIs, and 19 hits.
That one's going to be driven on a line over to right field. Raw makes a sliding catch on his knees. So 1 up, 1 down quickly. So Mark Kruger will come in for his first at-bat of the ball game.
Mark Kruger only had 1 hit last time these two teams faced each other, and he lined out to the second baseman
Foul tips that one. 0-1 now.
Luke Doyle.
Yeah, he went 0 for 1 last time out in that shortened game, but he did come around to score when he did manage to get on base. And he's batting .281 on the season so far, so he's done a good job in that filling in for that DH role. That one's going to be a ball. 1-1 now.
You know what, Brian? I don't think we chose our player of the game yet.
Oh, we haven't announced them at the very
Announced him,
least.
that is.
Well, who'd you have?
I had Nico Lolio. Lolio.
That one's going to be a ball. 2-1. And our writer Steve picked Luke Doyle, the third baseman for the Utica Unicorns, and I went with Randy Dobnik in his debut here with the Unicorns, just because I was going out for a little bit of wild card. He had good college numbers, so I'm hoping to see him repeat that here, as that one's in for a strike. 2-2.
I guess you learned your lesson from last game when you didn't go with a new player here in the league.
2-2 pitch is a ball. 3-2. Are you talking about how Metashevsky hit that home run last night?
Yep.
He had a fantastic night last night. He was also a triple shy of the cycle, if I recall. He had a single, a double, and a home run.
But unfortunately, he got ejected.
Yeah, he did, actually. Swings and misses at that one. Goes down on strikes. Chases a pitch high on a 91-mile-an-hour heater. And that'll be 2 up, 2 down here. So now Casey Chenoweth will step in, try to get something going here for the Diamond Hoppers here in the top half of the second inning.
He did have an RBI on Thursday in that ball game against the Unicorns.
Yeah, then he went 1 for 2, and in his other at-bat, he grounded out to the shortstop Balkan. He did come around to score, however, when he got that base hit RBI, so he had a run as well, as that one's in for a strike. 0-1. That whole inning, that fourth inning for the Hoppers, was an eventful one. They scored three runs, as that one's going to be a trickler off his ankle over to third base. So
yeah, that's going to definitely sting a little bit.
Yeah, that one is stinging him a lot as he's limping that one off, trying to walk it off. Looks like he's okay. 0-2 on him. Quick meeting at the mound between Galikowski and Dobnik.
Also gives more time for Chenoweth to shake off that stinger.
You had to imagine that one really stung. Did not look like it felt good. Swing and a miss there, and Casey Chenoweth goes down on strikes. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Randy Dobnik in his USPBL debut. Yeah, definitely impressive. He's faced the minimum 6 batters so far through the ball game, and we go to the bottom half of the second, where Devin Alexander will try to mimic that. Taylor Galikowski is going to lead it off. Following him will be Brandon Raw and Nico Lolio. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the Bottom half of the second inning, where Taylor Galikowski set to lead it off. Brian Fisher and Dan Dober with you here. It's a 0-0 ball game. No hits for either team so far, as it's been 1-2-3 inning after 1-2-3 inning here in the early goings. See if Taylor Galikowski can break that out. He's batting .317 on the season, has 6 home runs. He's going to ground that one fouled on the first base line. 0-1 on him.
In that game on Thursday night, he had a 2 RBI single, and also struck out and flew out to the second baseman, Ricky Castro.
Comes the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a ball high. 1-1 now. Yeah, Dan, he went 1 for 3 in that ball game, and 2 RBI base hit. Can't really complain about that.
No, not at all.
Going 1 for 3 is pretty good. Although it was a shortened ball game, he would have gotten a couple more at bats, at least one more. So that one's a ball high, 2-1.
Still remembering that long game between these two teams when he was just shy of the cycle.
Meanwhile, he pops that one way high in the air. Raw comes in on the run to make the catch, and that'll be 1 up, 1 down for John Mankin out there in right field. So John Mankin makes the catch on Taylor Galikowski as he pops out to right field. So now Brandon Raw will step in.
He's hitting .267, has 20 hits, 3 homers, and 12 RBIs.
He went 0 for 2 last time these two teams met in that shortened game. He struck out and flew out. So he fouls that one in the netting, 0-1.
Got the fans jumping a little bit there.
Yeah, every single time that ball comes back in the netting behind home plate, it's always a fun game of mine to see how many of the fans will kind of jump as if the ball's coming at them. As that one's going to be a ball outside, just missing. 1-1 now. Comes the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be a pitch outside. 2-1. 88-mile-an-hour fastball misses. Two-one pitches low and inside. 3-1 now. It's going to be a ball, so that'll be a walk for Brandon Raw. So with 1 out, there's a man on for Nico Lolio. He's walking up for his first at-bat of the ball game.
I chose him as my player of the game this afternoon.
Let's see if he lives up to that expectation of you.
Can only hope. He's hitting .208, 11 hits, 4 home runs, and 16 RBIs.
It's going to be a foul. He's going to foul that off his ankle, but it seems okay. 0-1 now.
And, you know, he does a great job when he's not in the starting lineup and he comes in late in the ball game to pinch hit as well. Remember those home runs that he's been hitting?
Yeah, a couple of games. He hit the walk-off home run and that 10-9 win, pinch hitting in the bottom of the 9th that one game, and then he pinch hit again and had a home run. Because that one's a strike, 0-2.
He's just an all-around outstanding player.
He also has the only grand slam so far this season. So he's only batting .208, but when you put him in a clutch situation, Nico Lolio can really show up. He's got 4 home runs on the season, all of which come in crucial situations. Is going to call for time. So the runner at first and 1 out. Nico Lolio looks to get something going here for the Unicorns in the bottom half of the second inning. 0-2 pitch is going to be grounded over to the second baseman. They're going to get the lead runner at second, but that's going to be it. So there's going to be 2 outs with a runner at first. So Lolio hits into a fielder's choice, reaches first safely, and Luke Doyle will stand in. That was Steve's pick for player of the game, the third baseman for the Unicorns.
He's beating us right now in picks.
He's had a couple of good ones, but I seem to recall that I picked John Mankin back on Thursday, and it was a rain-shortened game, and he hit a 2-run home run, so I don't know if he's still beating us. As that one hits the outside edge for a strike, 0-1.
So you're beating all of us?
Oh, I don't know. I'm honestly not keeping track of whose picks do the best.
We're going to have to start keeping track.
Usually the player of the game is somebody that none of us picked anyways.
Yeah, no.
I mean, amongst the three of us, who does the best, it usually it changes, as that's a strike, 0-2. But the player of the game is usually somebody completely different.
Exactly.
Like last night was, I'm drawing a blank.
I don't know. I think it was not Buckner. It was
It was, yes, Ken Blackstone. Because he was a triple shy of the cycle too, and he had himself 4 RBIs with that 3-run home run and the RBI single. Had himself quite the night, and that was, none of us picked him. Here it is. Yeah, he had a base hit from a bunt, a RBI double, walked twice, and a 3-run home run. So he was without a doubt the player of the game. So 0-2 on Luke Doyle with 2 outs and a man on first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. He's going to hit that one right back to the mound. Alexander has it. Going to make a soft underthrow toss. Underhand toss over to first base, and he's going to get him. So it's going to be another quick inning, and it's still 0-0 as we go to the top half of the 3rd inning. When we come back, it's going to be the Hoppers to lead it off, and it's going to be John Kraft. Following him be Kyle Figueroa and Jeremy Scott. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to the bottom half of the 3rd inning in this Sunday afternoon matchup between the Unicorns and the Hoppers. Brian Fisher and Dan Delby with you here. Still a 0-0 ball game as the Hoppers come up to bat here in the top half of the 3rd.
Both pitchers for the Unicorns and the Diamond Hoppers been impressive.
We've played just 2 innings, but yeah, Dan, they have been nothing short of confident on the mound as that one's in for a strike on John Kraft, 0-1. As we've only seen a couple of base runners, one reach on an error, one reach on a walk. So far no hits for either team yet, as that one's a ball, 1-1.
Back on Thursday night, John Kraft flew out to Doyle and then also struck out. So
meanwhile, he hits that one just fouled on the first base line.
Looks to have a better ball game this afternoon.
So it's a 1-2 on him. Yeah, he's batting .231 on the season, so his average is in need of a little bit of a boost there, yeah. So he's going to be looking to do that today. If we know anything about when these two teams face off, it tends to be a slugfest, so you never know. Still doesn't have any RBIs on the season yet. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be a ball outside, 2-2. Count will fall even. 2-2 pitch is skied in the netting behind home plate. Remains alive here. It'll be the 5th pitch of the at-bat.
A lot of kids here at the ball game this afternoon, of course, because of Power Rangers Day.
Yeah, Power Rangers night here. And if my memory serves me, That's a ball outside. Count will run full now. 3-2, just barely missing the edge of the plate. And if my memory serves me, Dan, the red Power Ranger was from the first series, the Mighty Morphin. And then there was the yellow one was from Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm.
And it's almost kind of sad that I can remember that as the 3-2 pitch. Is going to miss outside. He's going to walk John Kraft. There were like 24, 25 different types of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Each season had a different form.
It's crazy.
So Kyle Figueroa will step in his first plate appearance of the ball game. He grounded into an RBI back on Thursday night.
But also struck out.
So he was 0 for 2, but did have an RBI. That's something. First pitch to him, he's going to show bunt. Bunts it right back to the mound. That's going to advance the runner, but he will be out. So he does his job, gets Kraft over to second, puts a runner in scoring position. And now we have one out in the ball game, or in the top of the third inning.
Ball game's not over yet.
I'm a couple of steps ahead, I suppose. So Jeremy Scott will step in.
On Thursday, he flew out to the right fielder, Brandon Raw, and also walked and was also caught stealing back in that ball game.
Swing and a miss there from Scott, 0-1.
He's hitting 231, 3 hits.
231, that isn't it the same average that John Kraft had too?
Yeah. What a coincidence.
The only difference is Jeremy Scott has 5 RBIs, whereas Kraft still doesn't have any. Kraft walked and is on second base currently. Could come around to score if Jeremy Scott could bring him home. 1-1 now on Scott as that ball missed. One pitch is driven high in the air. It's going to be barely on the outfield grass behind second base. It's going to be caught by Balkin back there.
Balkin's been very active.
Yeah, he really has.
Here comes the fan favorite, Ricky Castro.
Ricky Castro can do it all out there on the diamond. He can run. He can run. He can really hit the ball at the plate really well. He hits great for contact. And he's fantastic defensively. So he's just got it all. Comes the first pitch to him. It's going to be a pitch outside, 1-0 now, as the fastball misses away. John Kraft still down there at second with 2 outs. Ricky Castro's a perfect man to bring up to try and bring him home because he's a fantastic contact hitter. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Be a ball away, 2-0, and I can't really blame Randy Dobnik for pitching very carefully to him either.
Always want to pitch carefully to that leadoff hitter.
Yeah. Someone during warm-ups had to have told him that Ricky Castro is the guy you want to watch out for. Comes the 2-0. He's going to drive that one up the middle for a base hit, and they're going to wave John Kraft around third. He's going to come in, and it's going to be bobbled in center by Ibarra, and that'll allow the run to score easily. So Ricky Castro has himself an RBI single here in the top half of the third inning. And that is his 13th consecutive game hitting, and he tied the USPBL hit record with that base hit there.
See if he breaks it.
We'll have to wait until the next time the Hoppers play, which will be next weekend, to see if he breaks that record. But if anyone can do it, Ricky Castro.
It's gonna be him, yeah.
Ricky Castro can do it. So now it's a 1-0 lead in favor of the Hoppers. Ricky Castro down there at first base with 2 outs. It's going to be a bloop single to right field. Will advance Ricky Castro to second as Chris Power has a hit today.
That didn't take long.
No, he hit that one softly, but just hit it between the second baseman and the first baseman perfectly between Rampone and Cruz out there. So now John Macon will step in with runners at first and second and 2 outs.
That was just the second hit of the ball game for the Eastside Hoppers.
John Mencken batting .358 coming into today.
Definitely a guy to watch out for.
For sure, as he will do damage against you. Hit that 2-run home run on Thursday. First pitch to him is going to be a strike on the outside edge, 0-1. He only has 2 home runs. But with a .358 average, I feel like Dobnik's not going to be concerned with the long ball and more concerned with just his ability to get on base in general. The 0-1 pitch is going to be grounded over to the shortstop, Balkin, and he's going to get the force out at second base. So that's going to be it for the top of the 3rd inning. But it's going to be a 1-0 lead for the Hoppers after the RBI single from Ricky Castro. So when we come back, it's going to be the bottom half of the 3rd, and Mike Rampone is going to lead it off. Following him be Spencer Ibarra and Brett Balkin. So please stay tuned for more. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Unicorns now trail this ball game 1-0 after the Ricky Castro RBI single in the top half of the inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here. And it's going to be Mike Rampone to lead things off. It's his first at-bat of this ball game. Didn't play the last time these two teams faced off, as that's going to be a ball, 1-0.
He's hitting .244, has 11 hits, 5 RBIs, and a homer.
1-0 pitch is going to be outside for a ball, 2-0.
I just find it interesting his walk-up music is The Lion King.
He's not the only one, I don't think, is he?
I think he is.
As that one's going to be a ball high, 3-0.
In this league he is, but I think also in majors, Yoenis Cespedes as well.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, because I believe that's one of the main reasons why he does it is because he loves Yoenis Cespedes as a player and tries to replicate him at the plate and uses his walk-up song. So it's 3-0 on him now. He's going to drive that one foul, make it 3-1 now. 3-2, I should say, correction. He's going to swing and miss at that one, so it's going to be a strikeout. Yeah, Rampone had a hitter's count going on, and he ended up striking out, so of course he's frustrated. So he goes down on strikes, and now Spencer Ibarra is going to step in.
That's Alexander's second strikeout of the ballgame.
Yes, it is, and it's also the second one swinging. Ibarra will step in. He's new to the league as well. Joined the league the same day Colin Thacker did.
Yeah, sac fly RBI.
Yeah, he went 0 for 1, but did have that sac fly RBI. He flew out to center field, and that scored Colin Thacker from third base. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike against him. 1-1 hitting the outside edge.
And he's also from Clinton Township, Michigan.
It's my home turf down there. Also wears my favorite number, number 2. It's going to be a ball 2-1.
Why is it your favorite number?
I'm glad you asked. Story time. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that long of a story. Basically, that one's going to be outside 3-1. Basically, Yuri Fisher used to play for the Red Wings, and we shared the same last name. He wore number 2.
I thought you were going to say something about Derek Jeter.
No. It's just there was a player on the Red Wings who had the same last name as me, so of course I used his number. That's going to be the 4th ball of the count, and that'll walk Spencer Ibarra.
Heard you're in the championship game tonight in your hockey league. Good luck.
Thank you. My men's league. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think we get T-shirts if we win or something like that. Else is like summer league champions.
That is cool.
It's something.
Yeah.
I just play because it's fun.
That's all that matters.
I've done my days in competitive. Here comes the first pitch to Balkin. That's going to be a strike, 0-1.
Got to play the game and have fun.
Yeah, especially when you get to men's league where it's just kind of the competition level falls off. So you really the only people who are left are the ones who are having fun with it. Throw it on a first. Spencer Ibarra has no trouble getting back in, though.
Can really tell who is Spencer Ibarra with those long sleeve, that red.
The red Under Armour that he wears underneath there, at least on the left arm.
Also, I think the last game had fancy cleats on as well.
The 0-1 pitch is going to be in there for a strike, 0-2. I can't quite remember. I think you're thinking of Metashevsky in center field.
You're right.
Because Metashevsky had those brightly colored cleats, and he was playing out in the outfield. Brett Balkin last time up, struck out swinging. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's going to be way outside.
Great grab there by Kyle Figueroa. Getting up.
Yes, it was. That pitch came way high. He must do a lot of burpees when he exercises because that was that looked like one right there. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He's going to hit that one on a pitch outside. Going to ground it over to the second baseman. Throw it on a second, gets him, and a throw it on a first is not in time, so they're only going to get the force out at second. So now it's going to be 2 outs with a runner at first base after Balkin hits into a fielder's choice. Chris Cruz is going to come up and try and keep it alive. He popped out to Alexander down by the third base line his last time out. Throw it on a first. Brett Balkin is one of the guys you definitely want to keep an eye on down there.
Yep.
He's one of the fastest players on the Unicorns team. Constant threat on the base pads. He's just like, and in all honesty, he's a lot like Ricky Castro. They both play shortstop. They're both phenomenal defensively. They both
got the speed.
They both hit for contact, and they both got a lot of speed. Right now, obviously, Brett Balkin's leading the league in batting average. Here comes nope, they're going to throw it on a first, and Balkin's going to get back in safely again.
Also, can't forget about DeAndre Clark. He's also fast on the base pads, but I remember last night was a little bit too greedy. There's still 2 bases.
Yeah, he tried to.
Third one. Unfortunate.
The 0-1 pitch is going to be popped high in the air in a foul territory. That's going to get out of play. 0-2 now on him. Yeah, he stole second base, Dan. There were no outs, and then he tried to steal third, which honestly in that situation was unnecessary because you're already in scoring position with no outs.
And that really did hurt the Beavers because they ended up losing the ball game. Later on, of course, weren't able to get on, but
also they had a scoring chance, and they went from, because right after that the batter who was up struck out, so you went from having no outs with the runner at second, having no man on and 2 outs. As that's gonna be a pitch out there, and Brett Balkin is gonna get back in. He doesn't go. Be 1-2. 1-2 pitch is going to be skied in the air in a foul territory. Chenoweth and Figueroa over. Try and make the play, but it's going to land in the crowd. So it'll remain 1-2 as Cruz stays alive.
Couple kids over there on the hill this afternoon.
What's your definition of couple?
I don't know.
There's a lot of people over there on the hill today.
Yeah.
Not as many
Not
as
as
yesterday.
packed,
Yesterday
yeah.
was packed, as that's going to be a ball on the outside edge, just barely missing, so the count's going to fall even at 2 apiece. The wiffle ball field over there and beyond the hill is very active today, just like it was last night. It's a popular spot for the kids, as that's going to be a ball. Count's going to run full 3-2 after that one missed inside.
And what was I was hearing about the wiffle ball field that they just added that big scoreboard like they have at Fenway Park to it this week.
I'm looking at it right here. I can see a part of it, and I'm just wondering, does anyone actually do they use it? Because that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, they
honestly.
do actually.
That's pretty sick.
So that's pretty cool.
3-2 pitch
there.
swung on and missed, and Chris Cruz goes down on strikes, and that's going to end the inning. So after 3 innings of play, the Hoppers have a 1-0 lead. We go to the top of the 4th, where due up for the Hoppers is going to be Esteban Gomez, Mark Kruger, and Casey Chenoweth, the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the lineup. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to the top half of the 3rd inning in this Sunday afternoon matchup between the Hoppers and the Unicorns. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here.
No, Brian, during the break, they did like a cheering of which side you want, like the fans for the Eastside Down Hoppers or the Unicorns. A lot more Unicorn fans out here this afternoon.
I'm partly not surprised because
of course
they're the defending champs. So defending, when someone wins a championship, you're going to get a lot more fans, and I think that's what a lot of people what's happening here, and especially when they're one of the top teams in the league also helps. 1-0 now on Esteban Gomez in his second plate appearance of the ball game. He flew out to the right fielder Raw last time up. Comes the 1-0. He's going to drill that one to left center field. Ibarra on the wall, on the track, makes the catch just shy of the wall.
Yeah, a long way to get that one.
Yes, he did. And that's going to be 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 3rd inning, or 4th inning. We are cruising through this ball game so far. 2 hits for the Hoppers, none for the Unicorns, and just a 1-0 lead for the Hoppers. As I mean, there's still a lot of game left to be played, but normally it would have already devolved into like 5 runs apiece at this point. Swing and a miss there from Mark Kruger as he's fooled inside with an 83-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch.
I remember us saying that last night. Oh yeah, we're cruising, and then all of a sudden it turned out to be a long, kind of like a long one.
Well, as soon as the relief pitchers came in, it kind of fell apart as that one's fouled down the first base line, 0-2. Because Matthews and Holcomb had a pretty good game, but once they left, it was a 2-1 game up until the point where they left, and then it ended up being a 9-7 final. We were cruising, and then it ended up being close to a 3.5-hour game. Comes the 0-2 pitch. It's going to be a pitch outside, 1-2 now.
But the time when these two teams faced, not last time, but the time before that, that was so long.
Well, it was close to a 4-hour game. It was 17-15. I think there's only 1 inning where no one scored. Meanwhile, Mark Kruger's going to take and look at a strike 3. So he's going to go down on strikes for the second time today, this time looking. Casey Chenoweth's going to step in. He struck out swinging his last time up. Randy Dobnik, if I can speak today, is that swings and misses at that one. 0-1 on Casey Chenoweth, making his debut today with the Unicorns. And he's done pretty well so far today, only giving up 2 hits and a run so far through 3 2/3. And he came out of college with a 2.68 ERA, so high expectations of him, and he's honestly been living up to him here. It's 0-2 now on Casey Chenoweth as he fouls that one off. Here comes the 0-2. He's going to ground that one over to the third baseman, Luke Doyle. Doyle's going to handle it and make the throw down to first to get him. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Randy Dobnik. Great bounce-back inning after he gives up a run in the third. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning, where due up for the Unicorns is Colin Thacker, Taylor Gilakowski, and Brandon Raw as they look to try and get on the board and tie this ball game. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's currently a 1-0 lead for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers as Colin Thacker sits in to take his second at-bat of the ball game. He grounds that one immediately to Castro at short. Quick throw from Castro.
And that's the second time he grounded out to him.
Yeah, it's the second time. He'll go 6-3. So now Taylor Gilakowski will step in. Gilakowski flew out to Mencken in right field last time up.
Definitely one of the power hitters in this Unicorns lineup.
Yeah, that's for sure. With 6 home runs, he hit that one last time, or two in that 17-15 ball game, I should say. He did have a 2 RBI single as well. He gets a lot of RBIs. He's got 14 RBIs and 19 hits. As that one misses high, 1-1 on him now. He's got a lot of power in his bat. If I recall correctly, in that game where he hit 2 home runs, I was saying, "Wow, he hadn't hit a home run in quite a while now." And then he hits 2 in that ball game just to apparently shut me up as he swings and misses at that one. Big cut at a 66-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. Looked like a curveball there.
Definitely got him fooled.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be a pitch outside, 2-2. Yeah, the 66-mile-an-hour pitch almost looked like an eephus, and I really had Galikowski guessing on that one as he took a big rip at that one and was way early. Comes the 2-2. It's going to be a ball high and inside. 3-2 now. Count runs full.
Main goal is always keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah, I can't deny that. Comes the 3-2 pitch. He's going to sky that one foul. Got a lot on that one. As I got to give it to Chenoweth for his determination to get that ball, but that one landed way out of play. But he absolutely sprinted over there.
Get a good workout.
Yeah, I got to give him credit for trying. So 3-2 now. That pitch is going to be inside, so it's going to walk Taylor Galikowski. So now there'll be a man on and a man out for Brandon Raw. Just get an opportunity here to get something going for the Unicorns.
And that was Alexander's 3rd walk of the ball game.
So far, it hasn't come around to hurt him. He has a trend of walking the second batter he faces. He's done that in the 2nd, 3rd, and now the 4th inning. He's going to get a piece of that one, but hit it foul. Brandon Raw will be 0-1 now. Have an 0-1 count against him. Galikowski down there at first is a threat on the base path, so you want to watch out for him. He will try and steal on you if you don't keep an eye on him. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed there. 0-2 now.
Figueroa doing a great job this afternoon staying in front of the baseball. Especially when it's in the dirt.
Yeah, some of these pitches have been a little bit wild, and Figueroa's going to do a fantastic job of corralling them in and making sure they don't get out of hand, especially when there's been runners on base. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Can check his swing on that one. Pitch is low for a ball, 1-2. Comes the 1-2 pitch. He's going to hit that one up the middle. That's going to be a base hit to center field. And we have runners at 1st and 2nd now with 1 out. And the Unicorns have something brewing here.
That'll be their first hit of the ball game.
Yes, that's right. Devin Alexander had a no-hitter going through 3 1/3, but broken up now with the base hit from Brandon Raw. So Nico Lolio will step in. Lolio hit into a fielder's choices last time up, and he is in with an RBI situation.
And he's very dangerous, especially in a position like this.
Yeah, he tends to come up big in big situations. He's got 16 RBIs and 11 hits, but only a 208 average. So he's the very definition of a clutch hitter as he grounds that one over to the second baseman. A quick throw to short, and a throw down to first gets him. So Nico Lolio not clutch there as he hits into a double play. And that'll end the inning. So the Unicorns threaten but can't score as the Hoppers turn a double play to end the inning. And we go to the top of the 5th with a 1-0 lead in favor of the Hoppers. When we come back, it's going to be John Kraft, Kyle Figueroa, and Jeremy Scott to lead it off in the top half of the 5th. So please stay tuned for more. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the 5th inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here to bring you this game between the Eastside Diamond Hoppers and the Utica Unicorns. The Diamond Hoppers currently lead it 1-0 thanks to an RBI single from Ricky
Drawing a blank
Castro
there?
back in the 3rd. Yeah, I was. As John Kraft will step in for his second at-bat of the ball game. He walked last time up. The first pitch he sees is a ball high and away, 1-0. Randy Dobnik doing well so far in his debut with the Unicorns, as that's a ball low, 2-0. Giving up 2 hits to this point and 1 run through 4 innings of work. It was the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss there. 2-1 now on
Big
Kraft.
cut there.
A very big cut as he missed at a pitch high. 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Dobnik. Blew it by him. Comes the 2-1. Ooh, pitch inside. Kraft has a spin out of the way of that one. 3-1. Through-on pitch is going to be in there for a strike in the outside edge, and Kraft.
He thought it was a ball.
Kraft looks at the ump and goes, "Okay."
I see you. I see you.
Comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss there from Kraft. He goes down on strikes, and he is frustrated at himself as he had a hitter's count there. So Kyle Figueroa steps in. He grounded out back to the pitcher Dobnik last time up.
That was Dominic's 3rd strikeout of this ball game.
Yeah, 4th actually.
Oh, yeah.
2 of them swinging, 2 of them looking.
It's a Sunday.
I feel you, man. I feel you. As that one is a strike on the outside edge, 0-1. A 1 pitch is going to be hit into the netting. 0-2 now. The 0-2 pitch is going to be grounded, fouled on the first base line. So it'll stay at 0-2 now. It's going to be a ball outside that goes off the backstop, bounces off, and comes back between Galikowski's legs at catcher.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, it was actually kind of entertaining to look as Galikowski was trying to find it, and it rolls back between his legs. It's 1-2
there it
on
is.
Figueroa. Yeah. It's the 1-2 pitch. It's going to foul that in the netting. It's going to remain 1-2 on Figueroa. Here comes the 1-2. He's going to ground that one down the first base line. Fair ball played by Cruz, makes the tag, and that'll be 2 up, 2 down for Randy Dobnik and the Utica Unicorns here in the top half of the 5th. Almost said 3rd there, Dan. I'm not used to these games between these 2 teams going by so fast.
I know. I'm very surprised.
As Steve knocks on wood down there. First pitch to Scott is a ball outside, 1-0.
He flew out to the shortstop, Ricky Castro. Oh, no, not Ricky. I'm losing it, too. Brett Belkin.
I made the mistake earlier when I called Mankin Raw out there in right field when the Unicorns are up to bat. Swing and a miss there. It makes it 1-1 on Scott. Took a big rip at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Missed, though. Here comes the 1-1. It's going to be a pitch on the outside corner, down low for a strike, 1-2. One-two pitch is going to be hit right to the shortstop, Balkin. Balkin's going to make the throw down to first. And that's going to be it. Oh, another 1-2-3 inning for Randy Dobnik.
Doing a great job.
Yeah, it's his 3rd 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. And we go to The bottom half of the 5th inning, we're due up for the Unicorns is going to be Luke Doyle, Mike Rampone, and Spencer Ibarra. So please stay tuned for more. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Luke Doyle set to lead it off. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobier with you here for this afternoon ball game between the Unicorns and the Hoppers. It is a 1-0 game in favor of the Hoppers.
Man, Brian, I'm not used to seeing this scored at this time.
Yeah, normally when these teams play each other, it's a blowout.
Yeah.
It's 1-0 thanks to the Ricky Castro RBI single back in the 3rd inning, and that's been it pretty much for it. Yeah. It's been 2 hits, 1 run for the Hoppers, and just 1 hit, no runs for the Unicorns. Normally when these two teams face each other, it's a slugfest. Now, we've only played half the game, so we have the entire second half, and once these starters come out, who knows what's going to happen. That's a strike, 0-1. 64-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch from Alexander.
We sometimes speak too soon.
Yeah, that's what I'm a little scared of, honestly. As that's going to be a ball, 1-1. Comes the 1-1 pitch. Be a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 now.
You're known for being a jinx.
Yeah, seriously.
Whatever you say happens, right?
No, whatever I say, the opposite happens.
Yeah.
So let's say here I say Doyle's going to strike out. Instead, he'll hit a home run.
See if you're right.
Comes the 1-2 pitch. He's going to drive that one down the first base line, and Gomez handles it and makes the tag at first. And that'll be a quick out for Devin Alexander here in the 5th inning. So Mike Rampone will step in. Last time up, Dan, struck out swinging. One of only 3 strikeouts for Devin Alexander in today's ball game. All 3 of which have been swinging strikeouts. This will be a pitch high and away, 1-0.
Rampone's hitting .244 as a homer, 11 hits and 5 RBIs.
1-0 pitch is going to be skied high in the air.
Way high.
As Mencken comes in from right field to make the catch, calling off Scott. And that'll be 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Spencer Ibarra will step up. His first time up today, he walked. So this will be his first official at-bat. As that pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Strike at the knees there, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a pitch inside. Ibarra kind of backs out of the way at that one. 1-1 on him now. He swings and misses at that one. 1-2 on him.
What a perfect afternoon for baseball.
It really is, honestly. Like,
not too hot, real cool one.
I don't know what your perfect temperature is, but it's like right around 70 degrees for me. So it's like my perfect comfort zone.
Yeah.
Granted, it doesn't mean a whole lot as we sit in a press box, but hey, that one's going to be grounded foul on the first base line. One-two pitch is going to be high and away. 2-2. See, 2-2 pitch. He's going to swing and miss at that one.
And it gets away.
And the ball gets away from Figueroa and not going to be in time. So Ibarra's going to be safe at first on a wild pitch, but he does strike out.
Who was it last night that did the same thing?
You know what? I'm not sure off the top of my head. Let me take a peek here in my binder.
I wish I had the score sheet in front of me from last night, but
I will tell you. It was Tyler McVicker who struck out but reached first on a wild pitch. So now Brett Balkin will stand in for his third at-bat of the ballgame. He's 0 for 2 today. He reached on fielder's choice his last time up as the first pitch he sees is a strike. 0-1 on him. He's got a runner at first base with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And that pitch is going to get away from Figueroa as it hits in the dirt, and that's going to advance Spencer Barr to second base. And now there's a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Brett Balkin. Brett Balkin, like we mentioned, a fantastic contact hitter, only has 2 RBIs, so this is a great opportunity for him to get another one. It's not often you see a batter hit 420 with only 2 RBIs on the season.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And he doesn't have a hit yet today, so this is his opportunity. See, 1-1 pitch comes in.
Great pitch there, almost. But
just barely missed. So it's 2-1. Devin Alexander likes to throw those really slow pitches to throw off the batters. The 2-1 pitch is going to be low and outside. It's going to get away from Figueroa, but not far enough for Spencer Barr to try anything. So 3-1 on Balkin now. And they end up intentionally walking Brett Balkin to put him on because he's such a threat at the base.
Yeah, I was about to say.
At the home plate, you don't
blame him.
Yeah, you don't want to risk anything in that case. So I can't say as I blame him. So now there'll be a runner at first and second for Chris Cruz. Chris Cruz 0 for 2 today. Popped out to the pitcher and struck out most recently.
Sitting 254 as 4 homers, 17 RBIs, and 17 hits. Perfect chance for him here.
It's going to be a ball high, 1-0.
To increase
his RBI total.
Yeah, and get the Unicorns on the board.
Unicorns still only have 1 hit on the game, but now they have a chance to score a run with 2 outs and Chris Cruz up to bat as he skies that one high in the air. Scott going back onto the outfield. He's called off by the center fielder Kraft, who makes the catch, so the intentional walk works out as the Unicorns threaten but don't score, and it's still a 1-0 game in favor of the Hoppers. We go to the top half of the 6th inning. We're due up for those Hoppers. It's going to be Ricky Castro, the man with the sole RBI today. Chris Power, and then following him will be John Mankin. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the 6th inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dober with you here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon ball game between the Hoppers and the Unicorns.
And Brian, we got a pitching change.
Yes, we do. Randy Dobnik in his debut went 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Fantastic in his debut. He just threw a lot of pitches, so he only went 5.
Just wish he could would a bit longer.
Yeah, I really want to see what he could do when he started seeing these batters for the 3rd time, but it is what it is. He had 3 1-2-3 innings, only gave up 2 hits and 1 earned run, so fantastic. And now it's Brandon White's turn to take over on the mound, as it's 1-0 on Ricky Castro now. The 1-0 is fouled in the netting, 1-1.
Brandon White, we've seen quite a few times. He has 4 innings pitch. He has given up 6 hits, has 6 strikeouts, 3 runs which were earned, ERA 6.23 and WHIP 2.08.
So let's see if he can hold on to this or maintain this 1-0 deficit and not let it get any larger than that as the 1-1 pitch misses. Comes the pitch, swing and a miss there. And it is now 2-2 on Ricky Castro. Comes the 2-2 pitch. He's going to foul that one in the netting, stay alive at 2 apiece. Castro has the lone RBI today. That came back in the 3rd inning when he drove home John Kraft with his RBI single.
And Castro has 13 consecutive, tied the record here in USPBL. 13 consecutive games of a hit.
As that one is skied foul, remain 2-2. Yeah, he's tied the record for consecutive games reaching base because of a hit, and that's at 13. You know what's funny is he was actually 0 for 2 in that shortened game, but because they have yet to complete that game, it does not count yet. So hopefully when that game gets completed, he can finish that crack that record. It's now 3-2 on him as that ball misses. Here comes the 3-2. He's going to hit that one foul, stay alive.
Mr. Appleby, the owner of this wonderful ballpark and league, making his rounds to the fans.
Yeah, we saw him doing that last night, and he's very personable owner as he goes around and greets all the fans, shakes their hands, asks how they're doing. And that's one of the great things about it is even someone who high up on the chain as that is very friendly to people as they walk Ricky Castro.
Now they got to be really careful with Castro, especially on the base pads.
So Chris Power will step in, and like you said, with Ricky Castro on the base pads, you really got to be careful. Throw it on the first real quick to make sure Ricky Castro stays there. Chris Power last time up had a base hit. Also hit into a double play today. First pitch to Power is hit up the middle. Balkin's able to make it, get the runner at second, and turn the double play. So that's going to be 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And that's the second double play Chris Powers hit into today. And second time today that actually it's the same exact double play last time.
Yeah.
Brett Balkin got the put out, assist, and then threw down to first. That's the second time. So Chris Power has a knack for hitting it to Brett Balkin with a runner on first.
And, you know, Balkin has been very active this afternoon.
Yeah, he's turned 2 double plays, and he also had that diving stop. So he's been very active on defensively, even if he hasn't had any hits today. As John Mencken will stand in. It's a strike, 0-1 pitch. 0-1 now on John Mencken. The 0-1 pitch misses. 1-1 now on John Mencken. Mencken hit that home run last time these two teams met.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, definitely a power hitter in this Diamond Hoppers lineup.
As he hits that one in the netting. 1-2 now. That at bat with Chris was an 8-pitch at bat. 9-pitch at bat actually after that final pitch against Chris Power until he finally hit into that double plays. That one's gets flared up the middle. Ibarra will make the catch in center.
And we're cruising, Brian.
Yeah, after 5.5 innings of play, it is still a 1-0 lead for the Hoppers. And when we come back in the bottom of the 5th, and bottom of the 6th, I'm telling you, we're cruising here. Colin Thacker's going to be up to bat, following me, Taylor Galikowski and Brandon Rawl. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 6th inning. In this game between the Hoppers and the Unicorns, it's a 1-0 lead in favor of the Hoppers. And Dan.
Yeah, both teams going to their bullpens in this inning. Now the Diamond Hoppers have gone.
And Michael Gomez is going to take over on the mound for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Devin Alexander goes 5 innings pitched. Gives up 1 hit, no runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So great starts from both our starters today. Unfortunately, They only managed to go 5 innings, but that's because they gave up. For Devin Alexander, he had a lot of walks, so that kind of killed him. But phenomenal. 1 hit for Alexander, 2 for Randy Dobnik, and not much more you can really ask from him.
No.
As Colin Thacker will stand in against Michael Gomez. 0-1 count now on Thacker. Thacker had that 3-run home run on Thursday. 0-1 pitch is high and away. 1-1 now.
Speaking of Gomez, his 12 innings pitch does have a win. Has given up 11 hits, 15 strikeouts, given up 3 runs which were earned. Has a 2.919 ERA and 1.38 WHIP.
Meanwhile, that ball is hitting to left field, and Power catches it out there. So that's going to be 1 up, 1 down for Michael Gomez and his Eastside Diamond Hoppers here in the bottom of the 6th. So Taylor Galikowski will step in. Galikowski is 0 for 2 today. And Dan, looking forward to next weekend on Thursday.
Ooh, zombie night, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's exactly what I was about to say. It's going to be a zombie night and a game between the Beavers and the Hoppers.
And also, of course, every Thursday here at the ballpark, Thirsty Thursdays.
And Chick-fil-A night, as the first pitch of Galikowski is going to be a pitch high, 1-0. And Dan, I'm curious, do you have a favorite zombie movie or zombie video game that you like to play or watch?
I have to think of it. Come back to me.
1-0.
What about you?
You're giving me the pass card?
Yes, I am.
1-1. My favorite is, it's going to be a video game. I love the video game The Last of Us.
Okay.
It's it's just a phenomenal. It's kind of like a movie, honestly. There's so many cutscenes in it, but it's such a phenomenal story. And it's so rare nowadays with such an influx of zombie stories where you get one that generally makes you feel something. And it was such a very good game. I'm glad it's getting a sequel. The 2-1 pitch is going to be outside. In for a strike, apparently. 2 for 2. And our writer Steve tells me that his favorite movie was World War Z. Got to give it to them on that one. That was a phenomenal movie. That one's driven deep to right field. Making on the run on the wall. Makes a jumping play, but can't get it as that one is over the wall for a solo shot.
Let's hope he's okay out there.
And this game is tied. Meanwhile, Macon's still over there on the ground in right field.
Wow.
But a solo shot from Taylor Gelikowski will tie this ball game, his 7th of the season.
Beautiful swing there by Gelikowski. I mean, we've seen it all season long from him already.
John Macon's up on his feet and has his hands on his head. Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him as the doctors from Beaumont return to their dugout. So he seems to be okay, but a solo shot from Taylor Gelikowski ties this game in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
It was a beautiful swing from him.
So now this game is all tied up.
That would be his 7th home run of the season.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that is. And coming back big after the 2 home runs he hit last weekend.
Speaking of the zombie game,
is going to be a strike on the outside
like
corner
Left
of
4
Brandon
Dead.
Raw. Left 4 Dead. Now that's more of an arcadey one, and that's a fun one to play with your friends. It's almost comedic sometimes how goofy it can be as the 0-1 pitch is in there down low for a ball, 1-1. I mean, we're just so overindulged with zombie films nowadays.
Yes.
The market's so oversaturated. That one's fouled on the first base line. We go to 1-2 now. That you get a little bit sick of it, but occasionally you get like the one really good one that makes you like feel something. Like World War Z was a fantastic movie. Steve's right on the money with that one. The Last of Us. It's not really so much about the zombies, but about the people who are surviving it, and it's a great job. I know a lot of people are fans of The Walking Dead. It's a pretty good show. The 1-2 pitch is way outside. 2-2 now.
I'm a little behind on the series for Walking Dead.
I haven't even seen it. And I'm going to get a lot of flack from people, but
probably, yeah.
Never watched The Walking Dead. The 2-2 pitch is going to be grounded over to the shortstop. Castro's going to be able to get the ball and make the play, and it's going to be 2 outs now. As Gomez in the infield start to walk off the field before they realize there's only 2 outs.
Yeah.
That was funny. Castro and Gomez started trotting down to the dugout. Scott Gomez goes, "Where are you guys going?"
Man, the inning's not over yet.
Apparently they were hoping it was. So now there's 2 down here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's a 1-1 tie after Taylor Gelikowski homers in over to right field. John Macon made a leaping attempt at the wall but wasn't able to get it. So Nico Lolio will step in.
Grounded a 4-6-3 double play last time.
Yes, he did as he checks a swing on the first one, but it's called for a strike anyways. He is 0 for 2 today. He did reach on a fielder's choice too, though. The 0-1 pitch is going to be outside. 1-1 now.
Got some cloudy skies coming in the ballpark now.
Yeah, these clouds are not looking too good. We started off the game with beautiful skies, but
hopefully rain-free.
I'm looking at the forecast right now, and it says it's just going to be cloudy, but those clouds look more than just more than just like normal clouds. As it's 1-2 on Lulio.
We're not weatherman, that is.
I'm no meteorologist.
Then again, when I was growing up, I always wanted to be a weatherman or meteorologist.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, everyone has their dreams.
And then here comes sports.
Comes the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be low and away. 2-2 now. Count falls even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
I figure if I'm done playing the game, might as well call it.
That's kind of the same thought that came through my mind. I think a lot of people have that same thought and same dream. If they can't play the game, they can at least stay involved somehow. The 2-2 pitch is going to be driven high in the air to left field. Chenoweth back behind third base, just onto the outfield grass, makes the catch. And that'll be it for the 6th inning, but the Unicorns finally strike back with a solo shot from Taylor Gelikowski, and it is now a 1-1 tie as we go to the top of the 7th inning. So when we come back, Esteban Gomez is going to lead it off for the Hoppers. Following him be Mark Kruger and Casey Chenoweth. So please stay tuned for more. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the 7th inning as the first pitch to Gomez is inside, 0-1.
It's kind of raining here at the ballpark, Brian.
Or 1-1. Or 1-0. Gosh, darn it. Yeah, the rain has started. That's distracted me, as all the fans have exited the grandstands and the rain has started to fall. There was nothing in the forecast.
I'm looking at the map. It's just one little blob passing through. Nothing,
well, let's hope that's exactly what it does. That one's hit the center field. Ibarra on the run is going to make the catch. So 1 up, 1 down here. Brandon White back out there for his second inning of work.
Kruger struck out twice in his ball game. Who's at the plate?
Yes, he has. He struck out swinging and struck out looking. And looks to finally get on base here with this at-bat. Comes the first pitch to him. It's going to be a pitch low, but in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. It's not raining heavily.
No, it's just like a little mist. It seems like
it's like a lot of little raindrops.
Yeah.
As that one misses outside, 2-1 now.
I'm just looking through our screen. It almost looks like a mist, but yeah, little raindrops, like you said.
So let's hope they can play through it. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss there. Count's going to fall even at 2 apiece. In case you're just tuning in, it's a 1-1 tied ball game. In the top of the 3rd inning, Ricky Castro had an RBI singled in center field to score John Kraft, and it gave them the 1-0 lead. They had that all the way through until last half inning, where Taylor Galikowski hit a solo shot to right field to tie the ball game. And Mark Kruger goes down on strikes for the 3rd time today, swinging. So,
and it happened to be Galikowski's 7th home run of the season.
Yes, it was, and now Mark Kruger has himself a turkey of strikes.
Yeah.
If we were bowling, 3 strikes would be a good thing, but not here in baseball.
No.
3 strikeouts, not what you want. So Casey Chenoweth will step in. Chenoweth is 0 for 2 today. He has a strikeout and a ground out. He's going to drive that one deep to left field. And Thacker's going to be on the run, and that's going to hit off the wall. It's going to be extra bases for Chenoweth. Chenoweth will come into second safely.
Great swing there by Chenoweth.
Yeah, you could really hear the whack of the bat on that one. And if you would have gotten a little bit more underneath it, that one wouldn't have been gone. But he hit it off the wall down there in left field for an extra base hit. And now John Kraft with 1 out or 2 outs has a chance to give his team the lead back.
You know, I still can't believe that hit Nick Wilson did yesterday. Broke his bat and how powerful it was.
Oh, yeah, he broke his bat and still hit it off the wall for an RBI.
Yeah.
He's got a crazy amount of power. It's not often you can see someone break their bat and still hit the ball off the wall, as that one is in there for a strike 0-1.
Hit it just in the right spot where Chenoweth just hit it.
I have to imagine, Dan, if that hadn't broken his bat, that would have been a home run.
Yeah. It was just crazy.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a ball outside, 1-1 now on Kraft. Kraft looking for his first hit of the ball game. He's 0 for 1 today. He struck out and drew a walk back in the third. He's a chance to get his first RBI of the season here with Chenoweth at second base. Oh, he's going to drive that one into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. And they're going to wave Chenoweth around third base, and he's going to come in and score. And John Kraft has his first RBI of the season, and he's going to give the Eastside Diamond Hoppers the lead here in the top half of the 7th inning. So what a time for him to come in clutch and get a base hit RBI.
What a great swing that was.
Yeah, he hit that RBI base hit right perfectly in front of Raw over there in right field. So John Kraft with his first RBI of the season drives home Casey Chenoweth and retakes the lead after the Galikowski home run in the bottom half of the 6th tied it. The rain seems to be lightening up here as Figueroa swings and misses at that one, 0-1.
That's always great news.
Some fans are beginning to return to their seats now. It's still coming down, but a lot lighter now. Gonna throw it on a first.
Just like you said, it's starting to come down now. Even more, it seems like.
Well, that's the power of me and my jinx. That's going to be in there for a strike 0-2 now on Figueroa. And it's starting to come down even harder now. Another throw down to first base. Make sure that Kraft doesn't try anything. And yeah, now it's really coming down. And the fans start to leave the stands again. Comes the 0-2 pitch. It's going to be just inside for a ball. 1-2 now.
Kids love playing in the rain, don't they?
I was never that kid.
You were never?
I was never that kid who loved playing in the rain, man.
Oh, now it's really cold.
And the ump's going to call it. And we're going to go to a rain delay here.
Oh, no.
The top of the 7th inning with a 2-run lead in favor of the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. And so hopefully this rain will stop soon. But for right now, it's a 2-1 lead for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers thanks to the RBI single from John Kraft, his first of the season. First RBI, that is. And we will keep you updated periodically on how this rain is progressing and whether or not we'll get the rest of this ball game in. So we'll be back shortly with an update. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher, Dan Dolber with you here. We're going to give you a quick update on the progress of the rain. It seems to have more or less passed, and the tarp's going to start coming off the field here.
Yay!
And we're going to get back to this baseball game here. It's the top of the 7th inning where the Hoppers have a 2-1 lead. So it was a brief shower. We looked at the forecast. It was just really one rain cloud, and you can see blue sky on the other side of this. So cross our fingers and hope that's it for the ball game, and we can just get the rest of this done. We've played 2 hours so far of ball, and we're already in the top of the 7th inning, so things are progressing smoothly here. And let's just hope it stays this way.
Yeah.
So when the game actually gets back to, starting back up, we'll come back. But I'll give you a quick rundown of what's happened so far, just so you can be aware of what's happened. Back in the 3rd inning, the Hoppers got out to a 1-0 lead thanks to an RBI single from Ricky Castro. The Unicorns tied it up in the bottom of the 6th thanks to a solo shot from Telly Galikowski out to right field. And it was looking like it might go to the rain delay tie, but during the rainfall, John Kraft, with his first RBI of the season, Dan, brings home Casey Chenoweth to give the Hoppers the lead again. So good time for him to do that. And our pitchers today, starting pitching, went phenomenal for both teams. Yes,
they did. I was just wishing both of these pitchers could have got a little bit longer in this ball game. But you know what? It is what it is. They did a great job.
Yeah, they both went 5 innings pitched. Randy Dobnik went 5 innings with 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts.
Great debut.
Yeah, great debut. Not much more you can ask from the guy. Meanwhile, Devin Alexander goes 5 innings with giving up only 1 hit, with 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. The only thing you can really say is maybe cut down on the walks. But, I mean, again, he gave up 1 hit. What else can you want from the guy? Mm-hmm. So they both did a phenomenal job. But as we wait for this game to get back underway, we'll come back once it does. And it's currently Brandon White on the mound facing off against Kyle Figueroa with 2 outs in the top half of the 7th inning. So when we come back, that's where we'll start off from. We'll be back shortly. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolber with you here as we are set to resume the top half of the 7th inning. And it's currently a 2-1 lead in favor of the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. When we went to our break, Brandon White was pitching against Kyle Figueroa, but because of the rain delay, they took Brandon White out.
And they got Sean Gustin in there now.
Yeah, they put Sean Gustin in there, and in 14.1 innings pitched, he's pitched a 1.88 ERA. So he's done a pretty good job, and let's see if he can continue on that trend here as he tries to get the final out in this inning.
And we thank you all for sticking in with us.
Yeah, it's been
during this rain delay.
The rain delay lasted a little bit longer than we expected, but, I mean, we've still only been – the game started at 1:30, so it's only been close to 2.5 hours, so we're still on pace for an average time game. The first 6 innings went by very fast, with the starting pitchers doing phenomenally today. So now we just got to wait for Figueroa to step back in, and we'll be set to resume play. If you're just tuning in, the Hoppers got out to a 1-0 lead with a Ricky Castro RBI single. Then Galikowski tied it up in the bottom of the 6th with a solo shot to right field. Now, right before the rain delay, while the rain was falling down, John Kraft got his first RBI of the season with a base hit into right field, scoring Casey China with the regain the lead. Now Figueroa's stepping back in to resume his at-bat. It's currently a 1-2 count on him. So runner at first base with 2 outs. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's going to end the inning.
Wow.
So Sean Gustin comes out, throws 1 pitch, strikes out Kyle Figueroa after the rain delay. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning where Unicorns are going to come up to bat. Luke Doyle, Mike Rampone, and Spencer Ibarra are going to lead it off. And it's 7th inning stretch time, although I'm pretty sure the fans have had quite a stretch already.
Enough stretch. And so.
But 7th inning stretch nonetheless, so we'll be back shortly with the bottom of the 7th inning. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolber with you here in this afternoon matchup between the Hoppers and the Unicorns. The Hoppers currently have a 2-1 lead. The Hoppers retaliated quickly in the top half of the 7th to regain their lead after Galikowski tied it in the bottom of the 6th with a solo shot. So now Luke Doyle is going to step in and try and tie the game back up again.
He ground out to the pitcher his first time up, and then also ground out to the first baseman, Esteban Gomez.
He's going to drive that one right to the second baseman, Scott. Make a quick toss over to first, and one pitch will get the first out here in this bottom half of the inning. So now Mike Rampone will step in, and he's 0 for 2 today as well. Strikeout and a fly out. Michael Gomez is still on the mound. Brandon White was pulled, but Michael Gomez is out there for his second inning of work. He gave up the solo shot to Galikowski. But other than that one poor pitch, he's been doing pretty good. The first pitch there is outside for a ball, 1-0.
And that solo shot was out there and right to the hill.
The 1-0 pitch is going to be high for a ball, 2-0. And Mencken out there in right field made a leaping attempt at it, crashed into the wall and was down for about a minute afterwards, but looked like mostly he knocked the wind out of him. He seemed okay. He's still out there, so clearly he's all right. Comes the 2-0 pitch. It's going to be a pitch outside, 3-0 now. The 3-0 pitch is going to be inside for a ball, and it's going to take 4 pitches for Mike Rampone to draw a walk. He's on base for the first time today. So now Ibarra will step in with a one out and a runner at first base, looking to make something happen here. He's 0 for 2 today. 0 for 1 today. He walked in the third inning and then struck out, but reached first base on a wild pitch. Rampone's down there at first base with a decent lead. He's got some speed on the base pass, so keep an eye on him. First pitch to Ibarra is going to be a strike, 0-1. Alexander and Dobnik went 5 innings each today, and between the two of them only gave up 3 hits. They both played phenomenally. Meanwhile, Ricky Castro is going to make a leaping catch down there at short to rob Ibarra of a base hit. A quick throw down to first won't get Rampone, though, as he slides back in safely. But
great hop from him.
Yeah, Castro showing off his athleticism there with that vertical as he jumps into the air to make that catch on a line out from Spencer Ibarra. Now Brett Balkin will step in. He's 0 for 2 today. He was intentionally walked his last time up. Mike Rampone's still down there at first base after walking, and with 2 outs, the Unicorns will look to Brett Balkin to keep this inning alive. He's going to fly that one foul. Be 0-1 on him now. Fouls off an 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Gomez. Be a pitch low and away, a ball, 1-1 now. In 50 at-bats, Brett Balkin has 21 hits. That gives him the average of 420. Actually, he'd be a little bit lower than that now after he is 0 for 2 today. Swing and a miss there. So 1-2 on Brett Balkin.
But definitely an interesting player to watch.
Well, he may be 0 for 3 today or 0 for 2 today with an intentional walk, but I mean his average coming in today is 420. That's
crazy.
Ridiculously high. I mean, there's no way I think he can maintain that. It'd be crazy for any player to maintain that. As another throw down to first comes in, but he is just so hot right now. It seems like everything's been going his way these past couple weeks, and he's been hitting them left and right. Comes the 1-2 pitch. He's going to ground that one right back to Gomez, who will make the easy toss down there to first base and get him. So the walk will not come around to score, and it's going to remain a 2-1 lead for the Hoppers as we go to the top half of the 8th inning. So when we come back, leading off for the Hoppers is going to be Jeremy Scott, Ricky Castro, and Chris Power. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the 8th inning. And Jeremy Scott will lead it off here in the top half of the 8th inning. His team currently leading 2-1. Thanks to the RBI single from John Kraft in the top of the 7th, right before the rain delay, gave the Hoppers a 2-1 lead back again. It was the first RBI for John Kraft on the season.
Yeah.
Came in a clutch spot right before the rain delays. That one's driven to center field fairly deep. Barr is going back and will make the catch shy of the warning track. So on one pitch, there's one out. So now Ricky Castro will step in. He is 1 for 3 today. He reached on an error, had a base hit RBI, and last time walked. So actually he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, he's done pretty good this afternoon.
Well, he's Ricky Castro, so
Yeah.
what else is to be expected?
Nothing.
The first pitch to Castro's a ball, 1-0. 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Sean Gustin. Here comes the 1-0. He's going to drive that one foul down the third base line. So 1-1 on him now. Comes the 1-1. It's going to be outside for a ball. 2-1 now. Two-one pitch is driven foul again. Count's going to fall even at 2 apiece now. Comes the 2-2. That one's fouled on the third base line. Paul Nochi tried to handle it down there, but
Unable to get it.
unable to make the stop. The 2-2 pitch. He's going to fly that one foul again. Every ball he's fouled off so far in this at-bat has been down the
Left side.
the third base side. And the 2-2 pitch is going to get in there for a strike. Ricky Castro looks at it, and he will go down looking. So that'll be the
First strikeout.
first strikeout, yeah, for Sean Gustin.
Actually, second strikeout.
Yeah, because he came in and
Oh,
got the final
Figueroa,
strikeout. He only got one strike, but got credited with the strikeout. That's why I was hesitating there, because
Yeah.
I wasn't entirely sure. But yeah, that's technically how it would go. Brandon White got the first 2 strikes because of the rain delay. Then Sean Gustin came in and got the final one.
Speaking of power hitters,
Chris Power is going to stand in now. He is 1 for 3 today. He's hitting the 2 identical double plays and has a base hit. It was the 0-1 pitch on him. He's going to drive that one up the middle. Ibarra's going to come in and take it on the first bounce. It'll be a base hit for Chris Powers. Now he's 2 for 4. Multi-hit game for him. John Mankin will step in now with 2 outs and a man on. John Mankin hit that 2-run home run on Thursday's game. Absolutely demolished that ball. You knew that one
way
was
outta
gone.
here.
Yeah, you knew that one was gone right off the bat, Dan.
Last time up, he flew out to the center fielder, Spencer Ibarra.
First pitch to Mankin's going to be a strike low, 0-1. No 1 pitch is going to be driven over the head of the third baseman Doyle down the third base line, and they're going to wave Chris Power around third. They're going to try and score him. It's going to be a close play at the plate, and they're going to tag him out at home plate.
Great play there.
A fantastic feed from Thacker out there in the left field is going to get him at home plate. And so they will try and score another one and extend the lead, but will do so unsuccessfully as Chris Power is tagged out at home. So when we come back, it's going to be the bottom half of the 8th inning, where due up for the Unicorns is going to be Chris Cruz, Colin Thacker, and Taylor Galikowski. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 8th inning where the Unicorns are due up. Chris Cruz is set to lead it off. He's 0 for 3 today. And how about that play to end off the
beautiful.
bottom or top half of the inning?
Yeah, that was a great throw
John Mankin hit
back to the home plate.
Yeah, John Mankin hit that double down the third base line, Dan, and Thacker with a great relay throw to Balkin, and then Balkin down to Galikowski for the tag out at home plate, just barely tagging him out. It was a phenomenal play. Like, all the throws were right on target. Meanwhile, the first pitch to Cruz is a ball 1-0. as Michael Gomez is out there for his third inning of work. Swing and a miss there. 1-1 now on Cruz. One pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
It's been a very close ball game. All game long.
Yes, it has. Normally these games are close, but at the same time, they're blowout.
Yeah.
They're slugfests. That one's got a big piece of that one to Cruz, but he just gets on it early and hits it in the right field patio. Normally it's a 10-9 game, 7-5, 17-15. But today it's a 2-1.
Yep.
So it's a close, low-scoring game. So 1-2 is swung on and missed, and Cruz goes down on strikes. It's the second strikeout of the game, and he's 0 for 4 today. So Colin Thacker will step in. Thacker with that 3-run bomb back on Thursday, his first with the Unicorns. He's 0 for 3 today, however.
Looks like that would be it for Michael Gomez.
Does a fantastic job in relief.
I believe it's going to be Jordan Pinnell taking over for him.
He goes 2.1 innings pitched. Gives up just 1 hit. Unfortunately, that was the solo shot to Gelikowski. So he has 1 earned run. He's walked 1 batter, and he struck out 1. So 1's across the board for Gomez, but he does a good job in relief.
Yes, he does.
Despite that 1 bad pitch he threw.
Pinnell will take over now for Gomez, like we were saying. He's been pretty good so far this season. Is coming in.
Yeah, Pinnell's been a very effective reliever out of the bullpen for
Yes, he
the
has.
Eastside Diamond Hoppers this season. Him and Gomez are a great 1-2 punch for them out of the bullpen, and it looks like they're going to probably go to him to at least finish off this inning and maybe possibly more, as he's been very effective this season.
Yeah, 16.2 innings pitch. Has 2 wins, 0 losses, giving up 8 hits, 14 strikeouts, 4 runs which were earned, and an ERA of 2.16.
Yeah, that 2.16 ERA is a dominant one, and he does a fantastic job of coming in and just getting quick work out of, making quick work of these batters.
Yes.
With that just 8 hits in his 16 innings pitched and 11 walks. He wants to get that walk rate a little bit down, but other than that, he's done a great job. He's got 14 strikeouts on top of that. So now Colin Thacker will step in. He's going to take on a pitch, and it's going to be a ball 1-0. As the 1-0 pitch is going to miss low and inside, 2-0. Swing and a miss there, 2-1 now. He's going to fly that one to center field. Not deep, though. Kraft's going to make the catch underneath. Takes a couple steps in.
Thought it was going to go deep enough.
So,
the way it sounded off its bat.
Well, the fans thought so, too, but it didn't. He hit it more up in the air than out. Got a little bit too underneath it. So Kraft will make the catch in center field, and it'll be 2 up, 2 down.
Here comes Tarek Gelikowski, the one that just hit the solo home run. Back in the 6th. Which happened to be his 7th home run of the season.
Yeah, Galikowski's the home run hitter of the lineup, and he does so confidently. That home run today was just barely over the wall in right field, but a home run's a home run, and that tied the game at the time, as that's going to be a pitch down low and inside. 2-0 now to Galikowski. Other than that, he has a walk and a fly out today. It's going to be a pitch on the outside edge, but it's going to be a ball 3-0. They're going to intentionally walk Taylor Galikowski.
I want to blame him.
Yeah, I can't blame him either after he hit that last one. So Brennan Rawl will step in with 2 outs, and now there'll be a man on. He's 1 for 2 today as well. He's got a base hit, a walk, and a ground out. Most recently, though, was the ground out back in the 6th inning. First pitch to him is going to be a strike, 0-1. 81 mile an hour off-speed pitch. Here comes the 0-1. It's going to be in there for a strike, 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. The runner at first base. That ball's going to be outside, 1-2. The Unicorns currently trail 2-1. John Kraft had an RBI single in the top of the 7th to give the Hoppers a lead.
Right when the rain was falling down.
Yeah, the rain started to fall, and right after that, they ended up calling rain delay. It's cleared back up pretty nicely now. The sun's back out as it's 2-2 now on Raw. Counts even. And there goes Galikowski for second, but the pitch is fouled off, so he'll have to retreat back. Jordan Pennell comes out in relief of Michael Gomez. Gomez goes 2 1/3 with a 1 hit, 1 earned run, a walk, and a strikeout. Jordan Pennell, the first batter he faced, he flew out, and Galikowski's going to steal second. But meanwhile, Brennan Raw is going to swing and miss, and that'll be a strikeout to end the inning. So Jordan Pennell in relief does a great job getting the final 2 outs. And we're going to go to the top of the 9th inning, where the Hoppers still have a 2-1 lead, and they're going to try and extend that before its last call for the Unicorns. Esteban Gomez, Mark Kruger, and Casey Chenoweth are due up to lead off the inning, so we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the ninth inning. And there is a new pitcher on the mound for the Utica Unicorns here in the ninth inning.
And it's Tom Constant.
And Tom Constant will come take over on the mound for Sean Gustin. Sean Gustin did a great job in relief, too.
Yes, he did.
He went 1.1 innings pitched. He gave up 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and struck out 2. So he did a good job. He did his job.
Yeah.
And now Tom Constant will take over on the mound as it's 0-1 now on Esteban Gomez.
The Rochester native has 12 innings pitched, 2 wins, 0 losses, has given up 9 hits, has 7 strikeouts, gave up 3 runs which were earned, has a 2.13 ERA and 1.03 WHIP.
Yeah, so he's one of the many effective relievers out of the bullpen of the Unicorns. Is that pitch is going to miss outside, 1-2. Look at a slider there. And Tom Constant following Sean Gustin. I mean, they're just copying the Hoppers with the whole 1-2 punch situation.
Yes, they are.
2 relievers that have a sub-2 ERA, and they come out and they're just great relievers. Yeah, they do good jobs, and Tom Constant looks to do the same thing here and give his team a chance to come back in the bottom of the ninth inning. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be low in the dirt, going to get through the legs of Galikowski. So count's going to run full 3-2 now after he got ahead in the count 0-2. Paul Nochi's going to run over to grab that ball. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. He's going to drive that one fair down the first base line. That's going to be at least 1 base. Now extra bases as Gomez circles first base. And that's going to be an extra base hit, the lead off the top of the ninth for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers.
Great swing and great spot to put it.
So now Mark Kruger is going to step in. He's got 3 strikeouts today. Going to look to change that here. He's got a chance for an RBI and extend the lead for the Hoppers in the top of the ninth inning with a runner at second and no outs.
Yeah, Kruger not so successful this afternoon. Struck out 3 times.
Yeah, if he gets 1 more strikeout, it's going to be the Golden Sombrero. He shows bunt there, and it's going to be called a strike 0-1. Right now, his plan is just to move Esteban Gomez down to third base by bunting. But if he gets a good pitch, you might see him swing too. He's got a 281 average coming into the day. Still showing bunt. Pulls it back. They're going to throw down a second, and ooh, that was close.
Ooh.
Gomez gets back in safely, but almost gets tagged.
Yeah, gotta be careful out there. Gotta get back to the bag, especially on that perfect throw there. It looked like from Galikowski.
Yeah, Galikowski was fast on his feet there to get that throw down a second and almost got Gomez sleeping. Kruger lays down a bunt, but it's going to be foul. 1-2 now on him.
Sun is beginning to peek through the clouds here at Jimmy John's Field, which is great to see.
Comes the 1-2 pitch. Be down low. Count's going to fall even now at 2 apiece. Strange weekend in terms of matchups. You had the Unicorns and the Hoppers on Thursday, then the Mammoths and Beavers on Friday and Saturday, and then the Unicorns and Hoppers again today. That's a ball outside, 3-2. It's not often you see that type of schedule, but I mean, in a 75-game season, it's bound to happen once or twice, especially when you only have 4 teams in the league.
Yeah, before this week even began, I was looking at the website, and I was like, no, that can't be right, or those little schedules that we get, and soon enough, it was. So maybe we'll see it again sometime later this season. Besides Thursday, it's been a great weekend of baseball.
Yeah, the half of game we played on Thursday was a little bit depressing, but I mean, weather is weather sometimes, and when you're in Michigan, you have to expect it. Swing and a miss there from Mark Kruger, and he goes down.
Big cut there.
He's got the golden sombrero of strikeouts, his 4th strikeout of the ball game.
He's got to be really frustrated.
That
with
is
himself.
a hat you don't want to wear.
No, not at all.
So now Casey Chenoweth will step in. He got a double back in the 7th. Came around to score after John Kraft brought him home. He's got a chance to bring home Esteban Gomez with 1 out.
Looks like an intentional walk, Chenoweth.
Interesting play there.
It was.
He hit for a double earlier today, but he's 1 for 3. He's hitting 250 on the season. Has 1 hit, one home run, and 8 RBIs. With 1 out, I'm assuming that they're doing this to try and put the double play in situation. Oh, you know what? Now it makes sense because with John Kraft coming up, John Kraft only hitting just above 200. He does have a base hit and RBI today, but he doesn't perform well often in RBI situations.
And he looks like he's going to be pinched hit for Joe Maroney.
The Eastside Diamond Hoppers counter with a tactic of their own as they put Joe Maroney in to try and counter the double play situation they had set up. Joe Maroney batting 174 on the season with 3 RBIs and 8 hits. See if he can get his 4th RBI of the season here. Maroney's a right-hander, so he's going to hit a little bit better against left-handers. Tom Constant obviously being a left-hander on the mound. First pitch to him is going to be high and away, 1-0. So runners at first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. The Hoppers lead at 2-1, look to extend their lead before going to the bottom of the 9th. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Ooh, it's going to be inside. Maroney ducks out of the way of that one. It's going to be 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's going to be high, 3-0. Galikowski almost threw down a second. Try and get Gomez, but no one was covering second base, so he had to think twice about it.
Yeah.
Gomez stands at second and spreads his arms out like, what?
Gotta love when the players have fun out there.
3-0 pitch is going to be called a strike on the inside corner. I thought that was going to be a walk, but 'tis a strike.
And it's great that these players bond with each other as well.
Well, a lot of them, I mean, with all 4 of them playing out of the same field, they actually know each other quite a bit, even if they're on opposite teams. That's going to be a ball high. Now the base is going to be loaded with 1 out as Joe Maroney draws a walk. So now Kyle Figueroa will step in with bases loaded and 1 out here in the top of the 9th. A chance to really blow this one open. Rampone comes in, talks to Tom Constant, and try and settle him down. First pitch of Figueroa's driven hard over foul territory. 0-1. Got a lot on that one, but he swung late on it, driving it foul. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Again, late on it. 89-mile-an-hour fastball, couldn't keep up. 0-2 now. Go to pitch. Again, late on it. Driving it foul on the right side again. 0-2. He's 88-mile-an-hour fastballs. Kyle Figueroa's having a hard time adjusting to.
Yes, he is.
He's staying alive, however, with bases loaded and 1 out. The one thing you don't want to do in this situation is hit into a double play and end this scoring chance. The 0-2 pitch. It's going to be way outside. 1-2 now. Esteban Gomez started this inning with a double. Kruger struck out. They intentionally walked Chenoweth to bring up John Kraft, but then they pinch hit John Kraft for Joe Maroney, who drew a walk, and that's how we've gotten to the bases loaded situation with 1 out here in the 9th. Swing and a miss there from Kyle Figueroa on a pitch way inside. So Figueroa's going to go down swinging.
Big strikeout there.
Big, yeah, you're right. Huge strikeout there for Tom Constant. So now Jeremy Scott will step in. Jeremy Scott, the last hope in the top of the 9th inning to extend this lead with 2 outs and runners at every base. First pitch to him is going to be a strike, 0-1. Scott did not agree with that. Last time up, Scott flew out to the center fielder Ibarra on the first pitch he saw. Here was the 0-1. He's going to drive that one foul into the concourse on the first level, down right field.
And if he can
0-2.
either strike him out or get him out here, that'll be huge. Going into the bottom half of the 9th.
It'll be a big momentum shift one way or the other. Because either it's going to be extend the lead. It was the 0-2. It's going to be a pitch outside, 1-2, barely missing the outside edge. So, yeah, like I was saying, it's going to be a big momentum shift either way. Either the Hoppers are going to extend their lead here, or the Tom Constant and the Unicorns are going to get out of a bases-loaded jam, and the momentum could shift, and that could be a game changer here with just 3 more outs to go for the Unicorns. It was the 1-2 pitch. Be a pitch low. Count's going to fall even at 2 apiece. So this at-bat could be a make-or-break moment for the game. I know it's coming late in the ball game, but it's still, with bases loaded, with 2 outs, it could go either way. It could really change the tone for the bottom of the 9th. It was the 2-2 pitch. Be high and inside. Count's going to run full now, 3-2. So now it's really do or die.
What do you think happens here, Brian?
I say Jeremy Scott strikes out.
Okay.
What do you think?
I say grounds out.
So none of us have faith in Jeremy Scott. All right, apparently. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Oh, he's going to hit that one up the middle. Rampone's going to bobble it over there at second base. They're going to throw down to home and not get it, so 2 runs are going to score.
Wow.
Neither of us predicted an error on the play.
No.
You were almost right.
I was almost. Very close.
So they're actually going to classify that as, well, they haven't classified it yet. We'll tell you if that was a hit or an error, but we do know for sure that 2 runs scored. So now there's a runner at first and second with 2 outs, and now it's a 4-1 lead for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Now a skied foul. They're going to classify it as a hit for Jeremy Scott, so that's an infield single and 2 RBIs for him.
We were wrong, Brian. We were wrong.
You were almost right, though.
Yeah.
That should have been a ground out, but Rampone bobbled it over there at second. Allowed 2 runs to score, and that one's driven fair to the third base line. A good snag by Doyle, and he dives in to tag third base to get the 3rd out. So
beautiful play there.
Great play by Doyle at third base to end this inning. But the Hoppers do score 2 more runs thanks to the infield single from Jeremy Scott that scored 2 runs, and we will come back to the bottom of the 9th to close this one out. Due up for the Unicorns is going to be their 6, 7, 8 hitters, in Lulio, Doyle, and Rampone. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Last call for the Unicorns, right?
Yes, sir, Dan. It's the last call for the Utica Unicorns here in the bottom of the 9th inning. A great play by Luke Doyle down there at third, end of the top of the ninth, but not before two more runs scored for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, make it 4-1. Jeremy Scott with an infield hit, 2 RBIs to extend the lead.
He proved us both wrong. Or right. Something like that.
He proved us both wrong.
Yeah.
As the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, but he swings at it anyways. 0-2 pitch. Not sure what Lolio's looking at there. New pitcher on the mound to close this one out.
Michael Stafford.
And we saw him as a closer earlier in the season. This is his 3rd appearance in a public game. This time there was relief, and Lolio goes down swinging on 3 pitches. So great job to start here for Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford has 5 innings pitch. Has given up 9 hits, 6 strikeouts, 11 runs which were earned. Has an ERA of 18.56 and WHIP of 3.003.
Yeah, so Stafford looks to get the final 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 9th inning and looks to get that ERA down. It's amazing what 1 inning of work can do. As that pitch is way high. Lands in the netting behind home plate. 1-0 now on Doyle. Luke Doyle's 0 for 3 today. 2 ground outs and a pop out. Here comes the 1-0. It's going to be foul tipped into the glove of Figueroa, or in and out of the glove, more like. It's 1-1 now on Luke Doyle. Here is the 1-1. He's going to drive that one foul. 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch is in there for a ball, missing outside. 2-2 now. Count falls even. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss there, and Michael Stafford dusts off 2 in a row here in the bottom of the 9th, and it's going to be the final out for the Utica Unicorns, and it's going to be up to Mike Rampone to keep this game alive.
That was like a big swing from Doyle.
Yeah, he was looking to drive that one out of the park. Thought he saw something there, but ended up missing underneath it. It was the first pitch to Rampone. It's going to be a ball low, 1-0. We're down to the final out here for the Utica Unicorns. They're trailing 4-1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning to the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. The 1-0 pitch is going to miss outside. 2-0 now. The 2-0. He's going to drive that one high in the air into foul territory. Looks like it's out of play. So it'll be 2-1 now. The 2-1 pitch, again skied into foul territory. Looks like it's going to be out of play, so the count's going to fall even.
Same area as the last one. 2
balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Rampone and the Unicorns down to their final strike here in this ball game. Here comes the 2-2. High and away. Count's going to run full now. So 3 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs.
Let's see what happens.
It's going to be interesting either way. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Rampone goes down on strikes.
Side.
Michael Stafford coming in to close out the game, strikes out the side, and it's going to be a 4-1 victory for Eastside Diamond Hoppers over to the Utica Unicorns.
Wow.
The Hoppers are now 12-7 on the season, and are now a game and a half up in first place in the league after today's victory over the Unicorns. And when we come back, we will give you our post-game recap, name our player and pitcher of the game, and tell you what's going on in the future. Again, it's a 4-1 lead or 4-1 victory for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers over the Utica Unicorns, and we'll be back shortly. Please stay tuned for the post-game. All right, welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here before your quick post-game recap. The Hoppers take down the Unicorns 4-1 here in this Sunday afternoon ball game. The Hoppers got out to an early 1-0 lead in the third inning when Ricky Castro hit an RBI single to center field. The Unicorns tied it in the bottom of the sixth inning with a solo shot from Taylor Galikowski. And then John Kraft, with his first RBI of the season, broke the tie and made it 2-1. And he had the game-winning RBI, and then Jeremy Scott coming in clutch in the top of the ninth inning with an infield single that scored 2 runs. So 2 RBI infield single. You don't see that often.
Yeah, and that definitely put this game away.
And, yeah, that really put the game away here. And the starter is Randy Dobnik in his USPBL debut. Did fantastic.
Yes, he did.
5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. So great start by him.
So did Devin Alexander for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. It's just that walks that really.
Yeah, he had 4 walks in 5 innings. I mean, you can't really complain because he gave up only 1 hit and no runs. So he also had 4 strikeouts. So great starting pitching from both sides today. And relief did pretty well too for both teams. Michael Stafford striking out the side in the 9th inning to really put the game away. Really was amazing.
Yes.
So, Dan, I got to ask you, who's your player of the game?
Okay, goes Jeremy Scott.
Oh, me too.
You okay?
That's who I would go with too.
Yeah, I mean that was a clutch hit from him. Bring those two guys or 3 guys in, whatever, or 2 guys. You know, I've been losing it today.
It's all right. Yeah, in the top of the 9th, he came in clutch with bases loaded, bringing home 2 runs and an infield single, and that put the game out of reach and really put the dampers on the Unicorns' hopes of comeback.
Yes.
And who's your pitcher of the game, Dan?
You know what? I like Michael Stafford coming in there for the save.
Yeah, that was really impressive.
Strikes out the side.
3 strikeouts at the end of the game. I'm gonna go with Randy Dobnik,
Okay.
who was
my pick for player of the game. But we're not going to talk about that. He pitched really well, though, in
Yes,
his
did.
first start ever here. 5 innings pitched, like I said, and 1 earned run. Just a great job by him. And, Dan, what's on the menu for Thursday?
Well, you know, it's zombie night here at the ballpark, and you have the Beavers taking on the Hoppers, and that first pitch is at 7:05. So it should be actually Beavers and did I say Beavers and what did I say? Beavers and Hoppers?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure I said it right.
You got it right. You're
Okay,
good.
yeah, 7:05.
And so, yeah, Zombie Night, and I'm looking forward to that because Zombie is pretty much the new social trend. Well, not new. It's been around for a while now.
Yes, it has.
Every single year there's new zombie games and movies coming out, but I'm really kind of excited to see what the fans and employees are going to pull out to make it an exciting.
It's gonna be really interesting.
I'm really curious, and I'm sure we'll hear Michael Jackson's Thriller at least once. But, yeah, that's it from Jimmy John's Field on this Sunday afternoon game. The Hoppers take down the Unicorns 4-1. And I'm Brian Fisher with Dan Dobler. We'll see you guys on Thursday. 7:05 is the first pitch. Thank you guys for listening.